Mr. Morgan! Mr. Morgan!
Mr. Pearson.
Might I tempt you at a quick turn at the card table?
Sure, why not?
Great! I'll go easy on you. We need 2 for cards! Come on! Arthur's playing and we know he's got a soft touch.
Let's see if I can make back some of that money lost in Blackwater.
Horseshoe Overlook. Far too fancy a name for a bunch of reprobates like us.
Hey, let's hope we've finally shaken our Blackwater luck.
Nice to have a break from loaning to the unfortunates of the Heartlands.
I'm telling you now, I am never going scouting with Micah again.
I know I still owe you for saving my life, Morgan, but I ain't about to do it in poker winnings.
You know, I used to play dominoes with Jenny almost every day. Poor girl, she was so young.
Last time I take those girls into town, Arthur. Can't leave them for 5 minutes.
Very civilized after the events of the past few weeks.
Let's hope the Pinkertons don't catch us like this, Arthur.
I seem to remember that I won the last game we played in Blackwater.
There's a lot of good game around the Heartlands. We should eat well if people actually get out and do some hunting.
I like this camp much better than the one we had by Blackwater.
Oh, I shouldn't play too long. Lots to do around here.
This is all my personal money, I promise.
Blackwater job's still all over the newspapers.
Let's hope I can keep Abigail off my case for 5 minutes.
You know, we should do another trip into Valentine. See what else we can drum up.
A 2-saloon town? Woohoo! I'm fine staying here for a good while.
Can we borrow against the Blackwater money? Sorry, not funny.
Horseshoe Overlook. I never thought we'd be here, but this spot works. For now. Yeah.
Jenny used to love playing dominoes. Miss that girl. Maybe I'll get John to play one of these days.
Oh, the stench in that town. You can smell the sheep dung from here.
You know, I saw some people playing dominoes over at Emerald Ranch.
You're always griping about how lucky I am, Arthur, but you don't do so bad yourself.
Anything you need an extra gun on, Arthur? You just say the word.
Nice to be able to relax again after everything that's happened.
Look at us. Almost feels like the old days again.
It just isn't the same without those Calendar brothers, is it?
I seem to have played a lot of poker recently.
You know, Valentine reminds me a lot of the town where I lived with my mother when I was a girl.
Well, this is very civilized.
We deserve a little recreation after everything that's happened, I think.
Sorry you had to get involved in that business with me and Anthony Foreman in town.
Not a bad little camp, this. I like it here.
I really must try my hand at the poker table in Valentine.
See? Look at us. Things can't be that bad.
I can't believe you ain't made a dig about wolves yet, Morgan.
Best get this one quick before Grimshaw's in my ear about slacking off.
I can't believe I lost my cigarette case on that mountain. And no, Arthur, this don't mean I'm asking you to get one for me. I'm a grown man.
Hope you've forgiven me for that sordid business at Flatneck Station, Arthur.
It's good to feel normal again, just for a few minutes.
Come on, Horseshoe, give me some luck here.
Oh, I ran into that trapper again I told you about, Arthur. The Canadian? You should pay him a visit if you haven't already.
Me and Mary Beth are talking about going into town again.
Oh, it just isn't the same without Davy cussing out his hand at the top of his voice.
That Thomas Downs is an unfortunate case, Arthur. But he borrowed the money.
Sitting like this? It's almost like the past few weeks never happened.
This is good. I finally feel like my old self again.
Amazing these dominoes survived from Blackwater to Coulter to here.
You been to that small saloon in town? Not Smithfield's. The beer smells like rotten eggs.
I must try my luck in one of the Valentine saloons. 2 saloons. My kind of town.
There's something up with that doctor in Valentine. Just can't put my finger on it.
You wouldn't think not so long ago we were freezing to death on top of a mountain.
So where did you learn to play?
Saloons, dives growing up. By 8, I was playing piano every night in a cat house.
Really?
It weren't no life for a child, but I learned a few things.
How about we make this interesting? Whoever wins gets to read the other one's journal.
Oh, no, I don't think so.
What have you got to hide?
Plenty.
Now I really want to read it.
I marvel how you manage to keep one eye on the girls and another on your cards, Miss Grimshaw.
I'm watching you like a hawk, Matthews.
What are you insinuating? I am a man of honor.
You're a con man.
Pretty hard to cheat at dominoes.
You can cheat at anything.
Well, that might be the nicest thing anybody's ever said to me.
You know, when we were at sea, we'd dab a little jam on the back of the dominoes, stop them from sliding around.
That's a strange story.
It always smelled like strawberries below deck on domino night.
Was this the Navy or Goldilocks and the Three Bears?
We always knew how to improvise, Mr. Morgan.
Oh, I wonder how long we'll be here before we have to move again.
From what I've heard, this local militia, Lemoyne Raiders, are not to be trifled with.
So I met the butcher in Rhodes. Nice enough feller, but a little lacking in technique, if I'm being honest.
When I walk around roads, it feels like a town trapped in time. It really does.
How about we don't rustle any more sheep for a while, Morgan?
From playing deputies to playing dominoes, huh, Arthur?
You wouldn't see me sitting at a table like this in Rhodes, believe me.
I had a naked swim last night. Very pleasant.
I used to play cards with my wife until I found out she had another husband.
I don't know if you met the gunsmith in Rhodes yet, Arthur, but there's something not right there.
Nice to have that breeze coming off the water.
Hosea and Dutch have got that twinkle in their eyes again. That usually means trouble.
You know, this might be one of the best camps we've ever had. You did well finding this spot, Arthur.
Clemens of Alexandria, or Clement, as you would say, was one of the early Christian philosophers. Okay, wrong crowd.
I'll be glad to leave this camp, if I'm honest.
Sure is nice being by the water again.
I reckon we got more chance of winning Confederate gold here than we have getting it out of those two families.
I don't know what you and Hosea are up to around here, but it sounds like trouble.
You think we can ask the girls to bring us some drinks over?
I hear you've been deputized, Mr. Morgan. Proof of miracles if ever I've heard one.
More I look into these two families, it seems neither can actually remember what they're fighting over.
I'll have to watch myself now you're a deputy and all.
I tried some of that moonshine the boys brought in. That'll blow your head off.
You know, I think I like this spot better than Horseshoe Overlook now.
Oh, somebody should fetch more water from the lake. Oh, you know what? It can wait for now.
I hear that Rhodes has a blackjack table. I might have to pay a visit.
Can you believe I wouldn't even be allowed to step foot in that saloon in town? It's $18.99.
Well, this ain't so bad. It ain't the West, but it'll do for now.
Something strange about that town Rhodes. I can't put my finger on it, like something bad happened there.
I might have to go take a piss in the lake in a minute.
It sounds like you boys are already up to plenty of mischief down here, Arthur.
I don't know what you think, but Dutch seems a little happier now. More balanced.
You know, for the first time in a while, it feels good here.
I went and had a meal at the parlor house in town. Surprisingly tasty.
Should I be calling you Deputy Morgan now, Arthur?
What are you fellers up to around here, Mr. Morgan? Actually, probably better I don't ask.
I certainly don't wish to run into any more of Cornwall's men any time soon, Arthur.
You know, I almost forgotten Kieran was an O'Driscoll.
I bet you Abigail's over here giving me grief in less than 5 minutes.
I think I actually prefer this spot to Horseshoe Overlook.
I swear the Grays must own every business in that town.
This is the life. A game of cards, a view of the water.
Hopefully we'll catch a lot more than Trelawney next time we go fishing, Arthur.
Jack's been on at me asking if you'll take him out to do something again.
It's nice to have a break from Mrs. Adler, let me tell you.
They was telling me they don't let blacks in that saloon in town. I have a good mind to go and burn it down.
Can you believe Bill thought Rhodes was written R-O-A-D?
Back in Austria, my uncle and I would run scams in the casino. I'd sit behind the other players and signal to him.
Just thinking about that can, Arthur. You even remember that?
Any of you run into that one-legged beggar in Rhodes? Says he's a war veteran? Fella doesn't shut up.
I could really use a swim in the lake later.
I farted. I'm sorry, it's the southern food.
I hear they have a blackjack table in Rhodes. I think a visit might be in order.
This whole area feels like a fresh market for us, Arthur, if we play it carefully.
Hope you fellers know what you're doing with these two families. I remember you used to play dominoes with Mary.
Yeah, sometimes.
I always liked her.
Me too, but you know how life is. You know it ain't easy.
Oh, I do.
Bessie and I would play this for hours back in the day.
I remember. I think she might have even taught me to play.
You know, you might be right. A lifetime ago.
Sure feels like it.
Mr. Pearson, if you lose instead of money, can you just season the food from now on?
I'm always wary of beating the man who prepares my food.
Well, I think this is very good practice for our retirement, don't you?
I hear you and Lenny made short work of the previous occupants of this fine abode.
All the talk of vampires and ghosts round here, and all I want right now is Lady Luck.
I'm not sure I can take another day of alligator stew.
Never thought when we raided this spot, Arthur, we'd be camped in it one day.
It was very kind of the Lemoyne Raiders to provide us with such luxurious accommodation, I must say.
Of all the places I thought we'd end up, Saint Denis wasn't one of them.
You know, my second wife was from Lemoyne. Or was it Liechtenstein? I don't remember now.
Look at this place. Shady Belle? More like shady hell.
Maybe it's just me, but Dutch seems to be getting more unhinged again.
I'm glad you and John seem to have put your differences behind you.
Best eating around here? Crawfish in my book. Delicious, especially the heads.
Must feel strange having the roof over your head for once.
Oh, if you told me 6 months ago we'd end up camped outside Saint Denis, Lemoyne, I'd have told you were crazy.
We really do stand out like a sore thumb around here.
Won't be long before I'm in the house with the senior guns.
I can't play for too long. I said I'd check on Abigail.
Relaxing, isn't it? Living next to gators.
This soupy air does nothing for my lumbago.
What do you say? Throw the loser to the gators?
Hopefully, the next place we go from here will be our last.
I had it with the damn flies around here. Hopefully one day we can play without having to keep an eye over our shoulders.
This is the closest thing we've had to a house in years.
This swampy air's doing nothing for my lungs, I must say.
These damn bugs are eating me alive.
I'm itching to get out on another job, Arthur.
I was just thinking about Sean. Still can't believe he's gone too.
I love the swamps. I really do. There's something magical about them.
I stumbled across a very nice saloon in Saint-Denis with a poker table. Called the Bastille, or something like that.
I must try my luck on the tables in Saint-Denis.
I walk around Saint Denis and I think I could see myself living in a place like this one day.
There's nothing like the thrill of pissing in the river and wondering if a gator's gonna rip your pecker off.
I have to say, I do rather enjoy cooking gator. It's surprisingly tender when done right.
You know, I came to Saint Denis once when I was a little girl.
I've missed being near a city. Reminds me of living in Brooklyn when I first got to America.
Just isn't the same without Sean, is it?
I keep meaning to go pay my respects at Sean's grave.
I sure hope someone's keeping an eye on Jack.
So you need me for another job, Arthur? You just say the word. I am ready.
Look at this, our own country estate. Moving up in the world.
I must say the swamps are not to my liking. Not at all.
Soon we'll be playing this in Tahiti, Arthur.
If you win, just know it's because I owe you for getting Jack back.
Who'd have thought we'd end up down in Lemoyne? The twists and turns of life.
Mary Beth loves this place. I've no idea why.
Oh, this soupy air does nothing for me. Nothing at all.
I sincerely hope the Lemoyne Raiders don't decide to return to reclaim this place.
Can't believe the dominoes survived Blackwater, but my necklace didn't.
Oh, yeah. I thought something looked different.
Well, I stole that one. I'm sure I can steal another easy enough.
I'll keep my eye out for you, too.
If the Pinkertons could see you now. Killer, bank robber, dominoes player.
You gotta keep 'em on their toes.
Not the way you wanted to get arrested, though. Imagine the newspaper headlines.
Well, keep your eye out, then.
I've relived that bank job so many times, Arthur.
I think the last time I had a roof over my head, it was a jail cell.
You know, I like it down here. Even this creepy old house.
I think I ate a suspect crawfish yesterday. Been pooping water ever since.
Well, so much for heading west. Look at us.
You know, I still question the rationale of moving into another gang's hideout, but here we are.
Domino's, a swampside mansion. We are living the dream now, huh?
So I've been meaning to ask, what's that flower you keep by your bed?
Oh. There's something my ma always liked. It's kind of a good luck charm, I suppose. They only grow out west, in parts of California and Oregon. I always try to grab one when I'm out that way.
That's nice.
I don't remember too much from back then. I was so young when she passed, but I remember that for some reason.
Probably shouldn't leave my stall unattended like that.
Already getting tired of the scenery here, if I may be honest.
Look at you people. Y'all know damn well I taught you everything you know about cards.
No matter where or how money changes hands, the same basic principles apply.
Boy, I can just about feel my father's eyes on the back of my head for playing this.
Dutch is always honest to make money. I guess this counts.
Ain't a bad place for dominoes, that's for sure.
Used to spend a lot of nights playing this game.
Anyone else thirsty?
I used to play a lot of poker. Then Dutch got 2 royal flushes in one night. I figured dominoes was more my speed.
Someone better be watching Jack.
Been looking forward to this all week, to be honest.
Used to play this near the saloons. Missed a good drink while playing around.
You know, this kind of thing is why nothing gets done around here.
You won't be taking this personally, will you? I hate to see emotions get in the way of business.
You never learned to play a game till you played it for bread.
Now this is a good group of players we got here.
Whew, nice to sit down for a bit.
My mama taught me how to play this.
Anyone know the time? Not that... never mind.
You remember Mac trying to get his dumb head around dominoes? He'd get so mad.
Don't let Grimshaw see me slacking.
If we had a couple of ice-cold beers, it'd be perfect.
I should really get back to work.
Can't teach me to suck eggs, gentlemen.
You ain't bad at this, you know, for an old person.
Yes, it's worth it for a few percent. That is a calculated risk.
Fella was telling me that gunslinger, Landon Ricketts, has a weakness for poker.
How is it I can still smell the horseshit from here?
Ooh, someone's gonna have to make a liquor run eventually.
I feel the Lord here at this table. I do.
My Bessie would have wiped the floor with a whole damn lot of us round this table. She loved dominoes.
I'd rather play for cigarettes than money, really.
A bit rusty at this.
I see any one of you fellers cheat, I'll take a pinky off him.
My brother taught me to play this during the winter in Vienna. I never beat him once.
My uncle used to play this. Made me promise not to tell my father.
One of these days, I want to try my hand at liar's dice. Not that I'm saying I'm a liar.
This beats chores, that's for certain.
That stew's rumbling in my stomach something fierce.
You know what they say about gamblers? Honest folk, but lonely.
I'm getting a little old for the big scores, but I can still rob you good folk just fine.
Just like the old days, Arthur. Still smarting from my win, John?
Glad to see you're not a sore loser.
We should play again. I'll go easy on you next time.
Are you down in the dumps about being beat?
Well, anytime you want to play poker again, you just let me know.
I can see you are smarting about my recent win.
Hope you've been practicing with the knife.
How does it feel losing to a young whippersnapper like me?
I'm still basking in the glory of my win.
Sorry about beating you like that. Don't take it personal.
You still upset I won?
Did you see the newspaper headline? Mary Beth beats Arthur at dominoes.
Couldn't hold a candle to old Uncle, could you, Marston? You should know better than to play against old Uncle.
Don't even think about saying I cheated.
Thought you looked a bit misty-eyed after I beat you.
Come on, Arthur. It was just a game, and you lost.
Look at this gentleman. So gracious in defeat.
Don't be a bad loser now, Arthur.
Cheer up. You might win the next one.
Oh, remember, Arthur, there's no shame in losing cards to a woman.
Herr Morgan, don't look so long in the face about my winning.
Here he is. See? I knew you weren't a sore loser.
I can't lie, I didn't expect to win.
Too bad about you losing to me, Arthur.
Look who it is, Mr. Slow Knife.
Yep, still feel warm inside after beating you.
A lesser man than me would be gloating over his win, but no.
There's the big winner. Oh, wait. I won, didn't I? I'll try not to gloat, John. Try.
We should play again. I'll let you win next time.
You shouldn't worry about losing to the best.
Don't worry, Arthur. Dominoes isn't for everyone.
Ah, Mr. Morgan, never battle wits with a man of letters or ledgers.
You still look a mite sad at losing to me.
A man still carrying the bitter sting of defeat.
We should do that again. I like winning.
Is your pride still okay since I beat you at dominoes?
Losing stinks, huh?
You still sore about losing? Good.
Could have told you I'd win.
Not so unbeatable, are you, Mr. Morgan?
Maybe me beating you will humble you a bit.
Well, Mr. Morgan, who lost to the Reverend?
Well, I won't gloat. I know you can't bear it.
Beating you at poker hadn't even cheered me up.
Your butt still hurting after I whooped you?
I've been telling everyone how I bested Arthur Morgan.
Ah, the victor. Clearly I underestimated your misspent youth.
Don't say a word. I'll win the next one.
Never knew you were so good at dominoes, Arthur.
You're really pleased with yourself, aren't you? You just love winning, Pa.
Still riding the waves of adulation from besting me, I suppose.
Still all puffed up over that win, Arthur?
I'll let you win, you know.
I see your recent win has done little to put a spring in your step.
I want a rematch with the knife, Morgan.
I can't believe the cards you got in that game. You're one lucky feller, Arthur Morgan.
Always back around when you've won something, ain't you?
Oh, don't start gloating over that win. It won't happen again.
Here he is, the winner. What can I say? You learn from the best.
This chessboard routine, Dutch, isn't it wearing a bit thin now?
I'll never understand that game.
Working out your next move, boss?
Are you winning or losing? Who's winning, Dutch or Dutch?
Always working on a plan, Dutch.
The answers aren't on that chessboard, Dutch. You need to open your eyes.